What's up, MB family? It's your girl Brittany, and I am here with another freaking video. I know I was supposed to give you guys a video yesterday, but I totally forgot, y'all. I got sidetracked. But I am here today with the video, What is Autism? Now, before we jump into the video, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to the MB family channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe to our channel, please in the comments drop butterflies. I need you guys to drop butterflies. In a future video, you'll know why I said that. So drop butterflies. Okay, so what is autism? Autism is a developmental disorder that affects the ability to communicate and interact with people. So there are currently 200,000 or more than 200,000 kids diagnosed with autism each year in the United States. So that's about 1 in 59 every kid. So autism is more common in boys than girls, but I know more girls with autism than boys. Only because Madison is a girl. Now we do have autism friends or autism mommies and daddies, and the two that we do know that have boys, they don't live locally. So yes, most of my mommy friends that I encounter with on a day-to-day basis are parents of little girls with autism. So there is no cure for autism. Some people can find out that their child has autism through genetics, like their genes. I got the test done, and I do not have that gene in my DNA. I do not have the autism gene in my DNA. Some people think that autism is caused by shots. I will say this, the more that I got educated about autism, the less that I think that, but that's going to be another video as well. But I will say this, I do think that shots could trigger autism. I do think that some vaccines can trigger autism. But like I said, guys, that is another video for another day. So the autism spectrum disorder has a few categories. You could be high functioning, you could be low functioning, you could be mild autistic, and you could have something like Asperger's, which is high functioning. I notice a lot of kids with Asperger's, they do have a lot of behavioral problems, more so than communication or interaction skills. Now, my daughter was diagnosed with autism 5 years ago, so it was April of 2015. And I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. I didn't know much about autism then. I didn't have that much knowledge of it. When my daughter was about 1, it became a concern because she wasn't really verbal. Like, she would say like mama and dad, but she wasn't verbal like most 1-year-olds her age. And most kids, when you call their name, they look at about 5-6 months. Madison wasn't doing that, so that had kind of worried me. But Madison was my first child, if you guys do not know, so I didn't know much about the developmental of her ages at the time. So I reached out to her doctor, and I was like, I did have some concerns about my daughter developing her speech wise. She actually walked late too. I think Madison was about 15 months, 16 months. They say that a child can walk as early as 8-9 months and as late as 14 months. But she still was delayed because she didn't walk till she was about 14 months, 15 months. Somewhere in that nature, she was delayed. So now I can say this, yes, my daughter is potty trained. Madison was potty trained at 3. So she has been doing good with that. No accidents, never wet the bed, nothing of that nature. She's doing good with the potty training. So kudos to Maddie for that. And like I stated, there are different types of autism. So On the severely end, you might have a kid that requires 24-hour assistance. They need help putting on their clothes. They need help bathing. Yeah, they need a thing called an aide. An aide is the one that sits with your child. If they are special needs, they sit with your child all day in the classroom setting. Now, Madison, I wouldn't say she has an aide. I mean, in her class, they have like 3 assistants. And then with the COVID going on, classrooms are limited of kids. So she has a few assistants in her class that helps out with her. And then, of course, her teacher. But then on the higher level of the spectrum, we have Asperger's. Asperger's, it definitely affects a child's behavior. Like I said, I think Asperger's more so is a behavior thing than actually a communication thing. But yeah, so my daughter falls in the middle where she will be mild autistic. She knows how to put on her clothes. She knows how to wash herself up, but she still struggles with that social interaction. Like I stated before, if you ask a child how is their day, they're just going to say good. But as you know, my daughter is nonverbal, so she does not talk. She does babble. She is in speech, so we are working with a communication device, and she's doing very well with that. If you guys do not know what a communication device is, it is a device set up for a child who does not talk. They will scroll on the device what they need, their needs and their wants. So like if Madison couldn't get something that she wanted on her tablet or her iPad, she would put I want and then whatever she wants. So she uses this communication device on a daily basis. It took us a minute to get used to it, but I think she has it down packed now. Mostly down packed. So yeah, and let's just state this. Autism does not have a look. I think I said it in my last video. Now, some kids that are severely autistic, you may see them flap their hands. Now, some kids rock back and forth. Some kids cover their ears. The symptoms that I got of Madison having autism was she used to rock back and forth. She used to fidget her hands like this a lot, especially when she got nervous. And we thought that she might, sorry y'all, I had got interrupted, but we thought that she may have had some hearing problems. Come to find out, we took her to a ENT, which is a ears, nose, and throat doctor. Her hearing was fine, everything was fine. So we was like, well, it's not the hearing. So she probably got into speech about one and a half, more so too. And her speech teacher referred me to get her tested for autism. So just like any other parent, I'm nervous, I'm scared. Because I'm like, dang, what if my child really does have autism? So that whole day was just like, I was nervous. So, like I stated before, I live in South Carolina. So we had to go to Columbia, South Carolina to get her tested. Columbia is the capital of South Carolina. So it's not that far from where I live, probably about 45 minutes to an hour. So we got her tested. They asked you numerous of questions about your child. And then they sit her in this room and they observe her. So they'll ask questions like, Madison, can you do such and such? Now, remind you, she was nonverbal at the time. So she couldn't do most of what was on that paper. And y'all, I prayed. Sorry, y'all, if I get a little sensitive. I was like, I do not want my daughter to have autism or whatever. But what is meant for you, it will happen, y'all. Something that is meant for you, you cannot stop it. And it may be meant for a reason. It may be meant for a blessing, because I'm here today to educate you guys about autism. I want to be that educator. I really do, you guys. I'm not doing this just for the fame or anything. I just noticed that a lot of people are uneducated about autism. But yeah, so we got her tested. They told us, okay, the test results will take about a week. So we got it. The man called us and told us that she was on the spectrum for autism. So I began to cry. I cried, y'all. I think I am coping better with the autism, and coping with autism will be another content too. But I think I am coping better with autism. But when my daughter first was diagnosed with autism, it was like bricks. It was like tons of bricks were weighted on me, y'all. I didn't know how to feel at the time. Shout out to my support system. I will say that my mom has been here throughout the whole journey. Shout out to her. She has definitely played a major role in my daughter's life, and also her other grandmother on her other side. Those two have played a major role in my daughter's life. So shout out to them. So yeah. So once I got the diagnosis or whatever, I began to seek out for help. Now this is me. I was about, how old was I then? That was about 5 years ago. So I was about 22 at the time. I got pregnant with Madison at 17. I had her at 18. So I was a young mother. You know, I was a young mother, but I wouldn't say a young mother is a bad thing. You know, even older people have kids with autism. So by me being a young mother, that doesn't have anything to do with autism. Nothing of that nature. Like I said, if it's going to happen, if it's meant for you, it's going to happen. So we got the diagnosis. I immediately got her signed up for OT. If you guys do not know what OT is, that is more content for you guys, to stay tuned. But just know that it is definitely a therapy, and if your child is not where they need to be, sign them up for OT. They do not have to have autism. OT is great. Our OT is phenomenal. Like I said, I live in South Carolina. I live in Rock Hill. If you guys are seeking help for OT, reach out to Carolina Therapy Solutions. Kim Mood and Jenna Solomon are the best OT. And it took me years to find out that this is what my daughter needed. But what you don't know is what you don't know. And what you're not educated about, you're not educated about. I would say my daughter has been in OT for about 5 years, y'all. And last year was the year that I found the best OT. So it takes time. It's a journey. It's a process. It's a learning process. So yeah, so OT is one of her therapies we'll talk about in another video. And then speech. Now speech is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. I like her speech therapist that she has currently, but that was a growing process. I mean, it took me years to figure out. I'm not going to say the best because we never know what the best is, but it took me years to figure out who was truly in my daughter's corner. So she has a passionate speech teacher as well. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she has had some decent therapists in the past. I mean, some of them wasn't, but we're not gonna bash people. I won't do that on my channel. I'm not gonna bash anybody. But yeah, so she currently seeks OT, which is occupational therapy, and then ST, which is speech therapy. And where I'm from, it is hard. I mean, hard to get ABA. Maddie has not had ABA. Oh, and comment down below if you are a special needs parent, if your daughter or your son has autism in South Carolina. Comment how you felt about them taking ABA out of the school system. I do not think that was right. ABA is more of a intense OT. It is a therapy that is done for hours, like 3 to 4 hours a day, but it's more intense. It's to help your child about everyday life, like crossing the street, being aware of dangerous things, things of that nature. Basically, like preparing you for the real world. So Madison has not had ABA. Ugh, I just want to pull my hair out because I really think that she can benefit from ABA. I'm not going to give up. We've been trying to get ABA for years now, but I'm not going to give up on Madison getting ABA. Even though she's about to be 9, I still think that she needs the ABA. She needs the ABA, and I think the sooner she get it, the better she'll be. She's 8. Madison is 8. I think most kids learn to tie their shoes about 6, 5, 6. So she is learning how to tie her shoes. She pretty much has it. So let's clap for Maddie on that. She pretty much has her shoe tying down packed. It's one area that she will not grasp for nothing. And shout out to Miss Jenna, her OT, for helping her with that. We practice at home as well. But yeah, shout out to Jenna. So yeah, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So comment some content you guys will like. Sorry, y'all, my mind went blank. So sorry. Comment some content you guys would like to see. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your post notification and spam the comments with butterflies. I'm out. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.